morning floss tube, and happy Boxing Day to everyone. I'm Lisa from the Shady Tree Stitches, and I'm here to share with you my 2019 Finish Parade and WIP Parade. Because it's the first year that I've been restitching, I'm going to combine them both into one video. Hopefully it won't take too long, but it'll probably take a bit longer than my usual 15 minutes. So grab yourself a cuppa, sit back and enjoy sharing with me the progress that I've had this year. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting back into stitching, found it so relaxing, made new friends, and also got a lot accomplished, more than I ever would have before. I only restarted stitching pretty much exactly this time last year, right at the end of 2018, and my goal was to just maybe stitch one part of a sale a month for the year, and I'd be really happy if I kept up with that. So I got myself a subscription to the Cross Stitcher magazine and took it from there. Because I had one WIP active, because the rest of my stuff is in storage, and so I put myself on the 14 count Ada again, because that's what it's really good to start with, and I stitched myself Christmas Rules. It is so cute, and I just realised I should have dug it out and fully finished it for this year's Christmas, but for next year. So this was just from one of the magazines that I got for the subscription. I got the digital subscription, and then I went on a cruise and I stitched the Christmas Rules. So that was finish number 1. Now I'm going to keep a tally because my counting is horrific. So if I keep a tally of where I'm up to, then I might know how many I've done, because I seem to confuse myself when I'm talking. Now the only WIP I actually had when I started the year was from Shepherd's Bush, and it's St. Peter's Fair. And I'd been working on this one off and on for a couple of years. It was just a little go-to piece, but I hadn't been doing much stitching. So it is a long Belpel style piece, and I really enjoy the details, the different stitches that you get with the Shepherd's Bush designs. So this is St. Peter's Fair. Not sure how I'm going to finish that one yet. And that was finish number 2. Next ones aren't necessarily in chronological order, but just how I find them. I was doing Christmas things and I did a Mill Hill Christmas ornament, and that was really purely me being very lazy, not remembering I had this to fully finish for this year. Okay, put it right over my head. So it's beautiful, nice Christmas ornament. Just going to finish that with a bit of sticky felt on the back and a hanger for number 3. All right, still on the Christmas theme. I had these kits that I had bought, and this is the Frosted Pumpkins, I think, Christmas Town. See the Clouds Factory or Frosted Pumpkin, I think it's Frosted Pumpkin. And I bought this as a kit from them. Really enjoy this sparkling opalescent even weave with the cloud motif. Really enjoyed stitching it. Quite a quick and simple thing. So that was Frosted Pumpkins Christmas Town for finish number 4. I also did some more of the fine, my taste. These were kits that I had previously. And this one I think is the drawn thread. And I think it was called Welcome Sampler or something. Is this an alphabet? The cute little house. Yes, you'll see a bit of a picture happening with the cute little houses. Again, long and skinny, but very cute. For finish number 5. And as I said, apart from the Shepherd's Bush one, these are start and finishes. So they're new starts and finishes. Some people have got a bit, anxious about how many pieces I started this year and how many WIPs I have, because since I found floss tube and virtual stitches, I have definitely become a non-monogamous stitcher, and I have lots of projects on the go. So I've found that's worked for me. It's kept me motivated. All the challenge groups that I participated in, I have stitched every day except for 2 this year. And that is really, really impressive. And those 2 days are just impossible to do any stitching. So we have another shepherd's bush one here. And I think this one's just called the shepherd. And again, beautiful, intricate little details. And I really don't know what I'm going to do with these. Maybe make them into some pillows or something. I don't know. When I move into my house, I'll worry about them. Finish number 6. Along the way, I did a quick little one. Mary had a little lamb. I think that's a prairie schooler. Again, really cute. I love those old-fashioned schoolhouses so much. So really cute. Quick little stitch. I'll do something with that for my daughter, I think. Finish number 7. I also was really lucky during the year to have a lot of generous people share things with me to get me kick-started. And one lady gave me a couple of blackbird designs, patterns. I'd never looked at blackbird designs. And I found that I really enjoy these anniversaries of the heart ones. So I did these on little scraps of even weave that I got from this shop in Australia. So we have got Pumpkin Farm. It's really cute. And I mean, not the sort of colours I would have chosen to stitch in, but she sent the colours and that's what's called for. That's really cute. So Pumpkin Farm is finish number 8. And it came with a companion piece of Swan Lake. So I enjoyed these anniversaries patterns, so now I've got a few more to work on. So Swan Lake for finish number 9. I also had quite a few Victoria sampler kits that I had acquired over the time, and I worked on them. So this first one is a really long bell pull style, and it's called Easter Egg Hunt, and it is super cute. Little church, little pussycat, gardens, cute rabbit, people doing Easter egg hunt, and the obligatory heart hanger. Some people are worried about doing Victoria samplers because they think the the hearting is hard, but it's really not, as long as you're confident and you don't cut the wrong threads. But luckily I did learn early in life what to do if that happens, so I'm pretty confident with doing it. So that one is finished number 10, and I did another one again from the Victoria sampler, and this was the Hands to Work sampler, and it's a much smaller one but still super cute. All the details and the different stitches. I really enjoy doing the different embroidery stitches, not just the cross stitch. And they're not that hard to do, and they're often a lot quicker. So the Hands to Work sampler is finished number 11. As well as the Victoria sampler ones, I also really like doing the Told in the Garden. I love that old Amish style country sort of look, so I've got a few of them in my future, but this year I did Home of the Quilter. So it's beautiful. Again, quick and easy, all full crosses, combination of houses and quilts. Can't get too much more me than that. So Home of a Quilter is number 12. Told you I was keeping the tally because I cannot count. I also did some work on some old Australian ones, juniper designs, beautiful houses. I love the Australian architecture. So this one here, it's called Moggies. enjoyed stitching on that, and because it was called Moggy's, I felt it needed a cat. So can you see the cat's ears sitting up out of that garden? That was Moggy's. Finished for number 13. And it had a companion piece too, which is down here somewhere. Here it is. Can't remember what this one's called, but there's another one. Another Australian house. These are apparently no longer available, the juniper designs, so hard to come by. So that was number 14 for that little house. A simple one that I did with the called for colours on a random piece of linen. Gather the roses of life today. Really enjoyed stitching this, and it looks so effective. I'm going to make that into a pillow. And if I stitch it again, I'm going to do it in brighter colours because you can tell it's really got those 1990s muted palette. For number 15, I also stitched a couple of little ones. This one is a Country Cottage Kids one for my daughter. And again, a really enjoyable stitch. So it says, may all the little seeds you sow be nurtured so that they may grow. So I really enjoyed stitching this one for her. Not sure, I'll have to frame it for her, I think, for her new room. It's really pretty. So they're a good brand too. So that is number 16. And along the way in the challenge groups, I had to do one that had a whole bunch of red beads, and I had nothing, and it's the only one, I think, or one of two that I started specifically. So this one here is Mother is Another Word for Love. And that is one that I'm going to actually make into a pillow for my mum's birthday, which is coming up at the end of January. So not the world's most fancy stitch, but it is number 17. Got a lot of different ones that I've started where I've done just a couple of a set. So this one is a Prairie Schooler Holiday Homestead, and I've done that cute little birdhouse. And there's 9 in this series to do, I think. So I haven't finished the whole series, but I have finished that one just on a little piece of fabric, and I'm going to probably make them into cushions. So that makes it number 18. Thoroughly enjoyed stitching some of my sales this year. And one company that really does some good work is Ship's Manor. And so I did the Ship's Manor Love Story sale this year. And you can see that it goes through from when they first met, dating, got married, had kids, grew old, and then died. A little bit morbid, but really cute. And I got the kit of the colours sent across from Ship's Manor. So the threads are in the called for, but it's one of the first times I went out on a limb and picked a different coloured fabric, and I'm really happy with the outcome of that one. So that is number 19. Excuse me. Okay. That brings me through towards the getting close to the end. We did a fantastic event, Sammy J. I really can't say highly enough how great this idea was. Finish that stitch December. So in Virtual Stitches, that was our goal for the month of December, was to finish as many projects that were nearly finished as possible. And I didn't have a lot that were nearly finished, but I had a few that were 1,000 or 2,000 stitches off. So I worked on them, and that's these ones. This one was the other one that I was gifted during the year, and it is Where My Heart Blooms from Blackbird Designs, in all the cloth threads on a beautiful piece of linen. Really enjoyed stitching this one too. So that was my first finish that stitch December, and makes it finish number 20 for the year. Not that these are in order because there's a couple of others I'll show you in a minute. Also finished Frosted Pumpkins Gingerbread Town. And this one's a beautiful advent calendar, so it's going to be finished up for next year. So I finished that and finished that stitch December 2. Again, I used a kit that I bought for them. Really worthwhile getting their kits. They just have such cute fabrics and such nice things. So that was number 21. And the next two were the sales that I worked on all year. So firstly, we had the Painted Orphan sale from Ship's Manor. And I fully finished these into quilts for wall hangings for my children for their adoption, which you would have seen last week's video. So each month was a different house. Thoroughly loved stitching these. So that brings it to finish number 22. And for my daughter, the Cross Stitcher magazine. Remember I said at the beginning of the video, my goal was to finish one portion of a sale each month. This was the sale. So it's on this horrible Ada that I didn't enjoy stitching on all year, just the type of Ada it is. But I persevered for my daughter, and now she has a really cute wall hanging with all the cute little fairy tale princesses. So I found once I stitched that these only took me a day or so to finish. I methodically stitched for about 2 hours every night, as much as I could, and as I said, only 2 days that I missed all year. I worked full time. I had 2 high needs kids to look after. We were going through the adoption process. I play in a band, and I am Anna Kaler of Cub Pack. So people who say they're too busy to do any stitching, it's just that you're not prioritising it, because I am a very busy person and I have got a lot done. So that's number 23, start and finished for the year. And then I just have a couple of extras. Now these ones are part of the Lizzie Kate series. Again, I started a lot of ones that have multiple parts. So as far as the finishes go, I did finish quite a few. I finished one that I do not have to show you in person because it was a gift, and that was this one here, the Buzz. I made that on black Ada with a lovely pink and yellow floss, and I made that into a notebook cover as a gift for a smalls exchange at the retreat I went to. So that counts as number 24. And then just worked through lots of different ones. These are so cute and small. They count as finishes, and I'm going to make them into little pillows. So there we have number 25. And here we have number 26. And then we have 27. And his buddy, 28. So as far as I can tell, unless I've forgotten something, that's 28 finishes. 26 of those were started in 2019. I'm really proud of myself, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being proud. I've worked hard, I've enjoyed it. It seriously has been my mental sanity, my mindfulness. It is just my little wind down every day. Instead of watching TV or playing on computer games, I've been doing stitching, and I think that it's really put me in good stead for a good year. So that finishes the finish parade part. So as I said, 28 finishes in the year of 2019, and 26 of those were actually started in 2019, with one starting right into the end of December 2018 and one that was carried over. I do have other WIPs from older times, but when I get to my storage shed, we will be able to look at them. So that then brings me to the WIP Parade. The WIP Parade is the things that I have started that I have not yet finished. So these will be carrying forward into the new year, and we will see how they go. So firstly, I have got Lizzie Kate's Summer Smalls. I have one that I didn't finish that I started. With the right way around? No, it's upside down, silly me. there we go. I've done that much of it. So this one is a set of 4. It does count as 4 finishes because each one's a separate cushion. But because they are published in a set of 4, I'm still counting as a WIP until I finish the entire 4. So basically I still have 4 to go on that one. But that's okay. They're quick and easy. They're nice little stitches. Now, along with them, we have got our winter friends. And I basically have only done the top one with the sheep. So there's 3 more for me to do from the Lizzie Kate winter. And from the autumn one, I have to do the bottom 2. So I've still got to work on the bottom 2. And it's funny, every time I do this, I can't find the one I want. Here it is, spring. Okay, I need to do the top 2 on spring. So they will be continuing to appear in my WIPs during the year. I'm not sure exactly when, where, how, why, but they will appear and that will be good. So these are my first WIPs for the WIP Parade. Okay, these are in really no order whatsoever. Now I said I also had the Prairie Schooler Holiday Homestead. So I have done one. There you are, it wasn't 9, it's 12. So I've got quite a few more to do on them. But I haven't actually started any new ones with them. So in some ways I guess that means it's not quite a WIP. Alright, Mill Hill. I got myself a couple of Mill Hill ones to work on. And they just haven't spoken to me much. This one's called the Herb Garden. And you can see that I have not done much on this one at all. Let's get this thread out of the way. That's all I've done. Really not much at all on the Herb Garden. But you never know, some prompt might tell me to work with beads or work on a garden and it will get a fair bit of love. So the Herb Garden from Mill Hill is one of them. There is another Mill Hill here somewhere. I'm not sure where. There it is. This one's had a little bit more love. Same series, buttons and beads. And he's called Barnyard Morning. And I've stitched on him for a few different things, but I know I've got constantly frustrated at different things. So he's up to there. I know you can see through me. You just have to cope. So yeah, quite a bit more to do on good old Barnyard Morning, but he'll get there. They'll both get there sometime, hopefully this year. My plan is if I have not finished them when we get to Mania, I'm going to do the Blimey Cat method and try and stitch on them on the right day in Mania, or at least during Mania. All right, what else do we have? These are in no particular order whatsoever. Okay. I haven't got the picture of this one. This one is Spooky Hollow by the Tiny Modernist. And I'm up to here. So I finished one whole row and I'm just working on the second row. This is on a beautiful piece of hand-dyed fabric by Crafty Leanie. It's an Australian dyer. I really, really, really love her dyeing work. So that is where I'm up to with the Spooky Hollow sale. I would say it'll come out again around Halloween. I just don't do Halloween. It's not an Australian thing. So it was very hard for me to find Halloween projects, so I had to do one, so I had one. Next up, it looks like Alice. Alice was another gift for me from a lovely friend in Australia. And Alice looks like this. So thank you to Belinda from Aussie Stitcher again for her lovely gift of giving me Alice. And Alice has got quite a bit of love this year, but not nearly enough to be finished or anything. So she currently looks like that. And everyone, when they see her, look at that light to behave. I think she looks a bit like a My Little Pony at the moment. And she does, because that dress, because I've only done a bit of a dress. I've actually finished that whole bottom corner. So that's Alice, that's where she's up to. And Alice is a Mirabilia. And she will definitely be coming out sometime when needed. Okay, I started to do Cricket Collection Summer. Really like the way these patterns look. So I have the whole series to do, but I'm only counting one at a time. And Summer is up to here. She's not really done a lot. I've got the M's done. So I just got the 2 M's for Summer. So there's lots to be done on this summer. This one is, well, it's partially a finish. So I guess I could actually count it a little bit as a finish. I might do that up my total 29. Sing-a-song sampler. So the Mi Fa part, and it comes in different, dotted one, it comes in different sections but combines together to make one piece. So I have done Mi Fa and almost finished So. Doing this on a piece of linen. It's long and skinny. It's going to be beautiful. Just trying to find what variegated thread I want to do the bottom words in. So that's where my sing-a-song sampler is, and officially So La is what I'm working on as the WIP for this year. But we'll have to see how much we get done. What have we got? Oh yes, this girl. My Brooks Books. Snow Angel. She's beautiful. She has a lot of metallics and a lot of beads. And I have done a lot of work on her. Hold on, I need to put her with her pattern. I have done a lot of work on her, but she's nowhere near done. So that's where she's up to. So we'll see if we can get her finished. Again, some project that requires beading or metallics will definitely call for her. So that's where she's up to for the end of the year. Did a lot of work for her up on her in school camp. Okay, this one, a long range project. 12 Days of Christmas by Design Works. Really love this pattern. Pulled it out a couple of times during the year, and it's a piece of opalescent fabric which has decided to stick to itself. That opalescent looks nice, but it's a little bit more frustrating to actually stitch onto. And this is where we're up to. So apart from the words, I finished the swan and the partridge, and I'm working on the ladies. It's a long way to go, but she's underway. Really love the bright colours in this one. I am a bright coloured girl. That is definitely my thing. Okay, should should be counting how many whips this is. I'll do a count at the end, I'll tell you. Oh yes, another beautiful gift from lovely friends over in America. South American Angel by Barbara Bartz. I've got the whole series of this almost. I'm really looking for this one. Japanese Angel. I want to find her. Somebody must have the Japanese one. And I'm doing this one again on a beautiful piece of Crafty Leanie fabric. That, you know, when I got it, I thought, whoa, that's really bright fabric. What would I do with that? But I found that it's perfect fabric for doing the South American Angel. So just working on her dress. She's got a long way to go. But she's beautiful. And I really, really like this fabric. So it makes her really enjoyable to work on. Now, not this one. This one's in my beautiful bags from Vicky Stitch and Button. I don't have a lot of beautiful project bags, but some of them I do. Oh, I've got a lot more now. Cricket Collections Welcome. I want to have this on display in my front hallway of my new house. So I am going to be doing this one, and it's up to here. Welk. Just need to do om. So it's going quite nicely. So I need to get that finished by March, so I might need to prioritise that one a little bit up the stitching pile. And we have got my We Are Humans. I haven't got a picture of this one because it's online, but my We Are Humans sale I have been working on this year. I didn't start it in January. This is a Clouds Factory sale, and like with many of the sales these days, I like to see a bit what it's going to look like before I stitch it. But I'm loving it. So there we go. I have done 2/3. It's huge, isn't it? 2/3 of it is done. History of People. Really, really enjoying doing this one too. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous little people. So that's Clouds Factory sale from 2019. So I need to work on the last third of that, get it finished. And I'm just waiting to see what the next one will be right. Okay, that is almost all of them. That's what I mean. I have less whips than I have non-whips. Currently working on, again, not really much to see. Oops. This is the Letters from Hogwarts. Letters from Hogwarts sale. It's actually a sale for 2020. Hard to see, but it's an idea from that. Put it that way. So I got a long way to go in preparing it, but that's from Cunning Cross Stitch, and it's going to be one of the sales I'm working on for this year. And then I think that, oh no, there's two more here before I get to my full coverages. So we also have got, oh, more finishes. Oh, I don't know why I haven't got these listed. It's on the same bit of fabric, I guess. I'm a bad girl. Okay, I knew I had more finishes. I am working on the Farmhouse Christmas series. So I still have to do this one. 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 And I still have to do this one. I have finished 3 of them. And that would explain why my numbers were down. So we have this little bar one. I'm doing them all individually, and then I'm going to quilt them together. Then I've done this one, and I've done this one. So that's 3 more finishes. there because they're all in the same bit of fabric. That's why they're not hiding in the right place. So that's good. So that's 3 more finishes, but that leaves me with 6 more to do on the WIP. Again, like the other pieces, it's different WIPs, but same WIP. Stay in my WIP pile. Okay, I started to do the drawn thread alphabet sampler. Enjoying these. Again, sorry for the crinkles. Love the different stitches. Only thing I don't really love with this one is a piece of fabric, because now I've got to try and match it up. But that's where I'm up to with the alphabet sampler. Now I do have however many in the series, 3 or 4 letters each one. But for now it's just 1 letter. So that is where my WIPs are up to. I'm just going to pause for a second because I'm going to need to show you pictures of my full coverages because they are online. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, full coverages. I started my first full coverages this year and I started working on 2. This first one is an Eric Dowdle from the Americana cross stitch called Scarecrow Festival. When you have a look at it, I'm starting down in this corner here. Because, you know, when you look at a full coverage, you can't really see anything. So, oops, must be this way. No, I'm right, just back to front. So that's where I'm up to. You can see I've just started to get to the archway. So that's where that's up to. Enjoying this. Started doing this on an 18 count Ada and found that that's my happy place for full coverages. Now, the other full coverage that I started is a Haid. Oh, that reminds me of another one. My Haid, and I have started 2 Haids. The first one I started is this one, which is Jane Worcester Scott's mini patchwork sampler. And I started up in this tree up here. And it's quite a lot of confetti. And I started it twice. So first up this year, I started doing it on a 25 count easy grid. And I did about 3,000 stitches. You can see all that confetti. And I couldn't see it. The 25 count was 1/1. It was too small for my eyesight. So then I restarted it, having done the Scarecrow and finding out that I actually enjoyed the 18 count far better. I restarted it in the middle on the edge with a blockier bit, and it looks like that. Pretty cool. So I've restarted that one, and I'm enjoying it. The only problem is that it's not working on Pattern Keeper. And now that Pattern Keeper's been released and makes life so much easier with full coverage, that's really providing a challenge for me. So that poor Haid has been popped away into timeout for now, through not really any fault of its own. And I have instead started on the amazing Magic Kingdom Max Colour bookshelf. Love, love, love this one, and I'm hoping my husband will love this one, that he'll start to think, oh, what I'm doing is not so crazy. And I'm inspired by Kim on her way she's stitching this, and I'm going to be doing this similarly. I'm actually going to start with the black. So that's where I am. I'm on the edge, just doing a bit of work on that gorilla. That's where we are. So that's where I am with my full coverages. And that's exciting. So I've got them to continue working on. Now I do have one other piece that I'm working on, and I can't believe that I actually didn't didn't think about this one when I was getting things ready. Alright, you can't see it properly, it's the only black and white picture I've got on here because I scanned in my pattern. The Chinese Garden Mandala by Chatelain. And so I do have this one to work on, but I'm just gonna stop while I find it. Silly me, of course I've got the original sitting right here. So that's what it's gonna look like. Absolutely super stunning, and I have not done much at all. I have just started in the center block. So that's another one that I need to look at again for this year. So that brings me to the end of my WIP parade. I will just do a quick count up and tell you how many that was, because I wasn't counting and I didn't keep my tally as I went that time. So I will be back in 2 seconds. Okay, took a minute to add them all up. So that leaves me the year with only 19 WIPs. That's really good. So remember, that was 32 finishes and 19 WIPs. So that's pretty cool. But if you add up all those extra little parts of those other ones that I need to do, it brings my total, if each of them count as a WIP, to 45 WIPs for next year. Add to that the 30 or so I'm gonna start. It's gonna be a busy year. Anyway, enjoy what's left of 2019. I wish you all the very best for 2020. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing. It does make my day when I see how many people are enjoying listening to me prattle about my cross-stitching hobby. So I look forward to giving you more updates as the year progresses. Until then, happy stitching.